The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army notebook. Did he take this from the local barrack? His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and
Your care?
That is but by one means or another.
Then I'll have to I won't let you erase it.
Then we find ourselves very well. The book can...
Let's see, shall
Impressive, but we have other means.
Why do you want it so badly?
It lays out in no uncertain term. It tells the shameful history of the persecution, and would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But that it is a question of number. If enough people believe that a set of events are...
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from knowledge that would bring them... That is all. You may keep the book. For the world is small until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can...
It was no trouble.
Clive, how'd you get on?
Any luck, you say?
Crystals crack. Where in there?
It's a long
Right there on the road to Eastpool.
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long. They'll find a new home. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills, and now all that's left is to fix...
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my job.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the Bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
Greetings, Lord Marquis. His Grace and I. At first, it was my duty to him. My lord.
I am.
I do not doubt it.
Thank you, Yud.
May you return safely. Have care, my lord.
Ah, me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No.
Go on, please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's from all of us. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that the... Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
If there's anything you need,
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway, after I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
One of these days, I swear it's gonna be me who drinks you under the table.
If by under the table you mean retching on my boots half the night.
Ha ha. But just wait till we crack open the bottle I left in you. That stuff's strong enough to burn the horns off a behemoth.
Sounds like I'll be needing some new boots.
First the skies.
Say what you will.
Lady Karen Seahorse.
Mid.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me, this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1, and a 0, and a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling it.
Wait, the children. Now that I think about it, they didn't use...
The young'uns? But why would the... You know, I'll keep working on the model. You go and find...
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Sid!
She wasn't hiding. She's just busy working on her next
A new invention? Is it an...
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens a brass gear.
Oh!
We saved it, just in case.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then all the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds.
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just...
That's all for now.
Thanks, Sid.
Well?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe.
Will it work?
What exactly are you going to use it?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right... Well, you just... That should do it. Here goes nothing.
Wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do. What shall I do with your model? You spent a lot of time...
What, that old thing? Not healthy to cling to your failures, Clive. The way you'd...
Sounded...
Still. I suppose my prototypes will probably be worth a fair bit when I'm as famous as Bart's the Builder. Seeing as you're always strapped for coin, suppose I can give it to you. Just me...
I'd say that was up to you as much as me.
Need something?
Make a name for yourself.
You better bloody had to and all. Enjoy it while you can, Clive. Imagine that, eh? Till then, though. Be seeing you, Clive.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen ourselves happy.
First the skies, then the crystal.
It's usually me making demands of Harpocrates. Jill.
There is?
It's, not here. How would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped, so lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what the...
You spoke of making amends with Dion.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor. This was some years ago, of course, before I joined SIG. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to supervise all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, Everything an emperor should. History, religion. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the I had not expected to meet with him again.
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. I would not wish to disturb his ruminations not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him. And I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone, until the day he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions lies not only on his shoulders.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild... Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower, fabulists and fraudsters all, of course, but there is oft a seed of truth to be found where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower? And how will I know it?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white well, those which grow in the wild differ only in that there is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait, where the flowers once, whether they still survive there, I know not.
It's all right.
Thank you, Clive.
my ambrosia.
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Straight home now.
Get him!
Here they are. Might as well. Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
I think I did.
You did indeed. My dear boys.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not?
Oh.
It's no trouble. Your Highness.
Now. It is time, then.
No, our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates? No. I dare not show my face, but not after everything I have done. I have taken countless, all because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again... and see...
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve.
I must, at the very least, offer... Very well, then.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environment in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I'm not to mention the wyvern tails. I shall plant them.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why? These flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed.
What's this?
A stolus quill. Or more precisely, 'tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped. So consider this my wish for you, that one day...
Well, and thank you, Harpocrates.
Good morrow to you, my friend. If I may observe, history I well recall. He truly It will take from him. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. I have quite the find for you today. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
What will it be today? How may I help you today? Thus ends today's lesson.